Hi, I'm Gideon E. Wood, and I'm here to talk a little bit about lesser-known monsters.
Lesser known monsters.
Lesser known monsters.
The Lesser Known Monsters series.
The Lesser Known Monsters series.
The Lesser Known Monsters series.
Lesser Known Monsters by Rory Michelson is just such a literary masterpiece. What's my favorite part of it? Everything.
Alright, in honour of Rory Michelson and their spectacular achievements, I've written some jokes.
So there's a few answers to this. I really love the characters, adore them, they must be protected at all costs, and that includes from you, Rory.
I adore this story. It's dark, it's queer, it's fantasy. That is my jam.
It's dark, it's sweet, it's different, it's got excellent LGBTQ plus rep, the best I've seen in any fantasy book. It's gripping, it's tense, it's somehow funny in the middle of all that.
I hate to say it because it's cheating, but I love everything about it.
Everything. Characters who you fall in love with, lovable monsters who you want to cuddle with. I don't know. Can't ask for more than that.
I love that it's a wild ride, whether it's your first read or your fifth.
For me personally, it's the cheekiness of how it's written, from the dialogue to just like the way things are described.
They are just so darn good that you cannot put them down.
It's the perfect combination of lovable characters, an engaging story, ridiculous humor, and a near constant urgency to keep turning the pages.
I really like the unique take on monsters, like the creatures are a little different to what you'd see typically, maybe.
There is so much queer rep. There is romance, which is my favorite genre. There's action, adventure, and sad moments and funny moments.
It has action, adventure, romance, friendship, an amazing found family, really good sexy time, which is very important, sacrifice, and redemption. I think that it has something for everyone, and I think everyone can see themselves in one of the characters in Rory's world.
Oscar?
Oscar.
I was ready to adopt him after chapter 1.
Which lesser known monsters character weighs the most? Oscar Tundale.
I absolutely adore Dimitri.
Dimitri is my favorite character.
Dimitri.
Oh, it's definitely got to be Zara,
I love Zara.
Zara.
It's gotta be Zara.
because she's a kick-ass no-nonsense lesbian. What's not to love? Even she does make some interesting choices in book 2.
Mostly just because I want to date him. He is super hot and he loves Oscar so much, and I want a cute monster boyfriend, basically, and Dimitri is my book boyfriend.
Not just because he's sexy, but it does help.
I love when a character is maybe a little bit rough around the edges, maybe a little bit hard to love, but then I still love them.
She's badass, she's cool, she's competent, she's a fighter, but she also loves Oscar and Marcus so much, and I just love her to pieces.
But I also have a soft spot for Oscar because he's just very relatable. Not sure what that says about me. Moving on.
He is surprisingly, not like your average main character in fantasy books. He has anxiety issues, a bit of self-esteem issues. With Oscar, he's just so average and normal, and it's so refreshing to actually see a character that you're, more likely to be yourself actually have as a main character in the book.
I love brooding love interests, but I also feel like a lot of them fall into that category of like Heathcliff or Edward Cullen, where they're really creepy and stalkery and abusive, and Dimitri is not any of those things.
Having a character like Marcus, who not only provides comedic relief and joy, they also add a depth of character that is lacking in a lot of books.
He's such a reluctant hero, and I think he's a hero we can all relate to, because in reality, like, if we were asked to partake on an epic quest, our responses would probably be much more similar to his. And just, yeah, I love how relatable he is, I love how real he is, I love how afraid he is.
Marcus is one of my favorite depictions of a trans man that I have seen in literature this year. It was just very refreshing to see.
What is Marcus's favourite song? Yes.
Oscar, because he's imperfect and totally genuine and human.
You still find joy and nuance in the characters. It's amazing. It's one of those things where you spend the time with the characters and you're sad to see them go, but you also can't wait to see what their journey is going to be like, even if it's just in your imagination.
Oscar and everybody else, honestly, that falls under the queer rainbow, they're just really well written and really human and really messy and just really wonderful.
It is full of characters that are trans, that are gay, characters that I wish I had growing up, and I think that's a huge important part of the book.
How many Gaxes does it take to change a light bulb? 1, because Gax is the best and Gax can do anything on his own, and Gax needs no support because Gax is the best.
Also, if you actually pick up the short story collection, the Little Book of Lesser Known Monsters, please join me in Team Knud.
Amazing.
Fun. I would say magical.
Amazing.
Queerotic. Queerly chaotic.
If you need a laugh and you love monsters and you love a little bit of fantasy romance, a little bit of queer romance, this is the series for you because it's honestly fantastic.
You should read it because it's an amusing but emotional ride filled with characters you'll love and some monsters that will creep you out, and you know, a sort of monsters that you'll love.
Lesser known monsters will make you laugh, cry, probably sigh and roll your eyes a few times. The Bone Gate make you cry, just straight up, just bring a box of tissues.
And this book made me cry so much.
And The Torn Earth will bring every single emotion to the forefront in rapid succession. It is an emotional whiplash of a book, and it's brilliantly written and amazing, and I can't say enough good things about it.
If you haven't read it yet, you're really missing out, and I'm so stoked for the third book in the series. Woohoo! Thank you to Rory for building this amazing universe.
But I think the thing that really makes it Rory's is it's just like this chaotic, like, roller coaster ride, and I just feel up and down and all over the place, and then when it ends I'm like, what? And that's the best way I can describe the Lesser Known Monster series.
When is a lesser known monster not a lesser known monster? When it's a bestseller, so everyone knows about it because it sold 1 million copies, so everyone knows about it, so it's very well known, actually.
Anything extra that I want to say to people who are considering picking up lesser known monsters, do it immediately.
If you're looking for queer fantasy, this is the series you want to be picking up.
This series is not one to sleep on.
I do want to put a warning out there if you get any merch from our dear friend Rory.
Has anybody talked about the merch yet?
Oh, hold on.
There's merchandise.
What was the question?
Like, look at this, it's so pretty. Get a quote from the book.
Bookmarks, the merch you, and a pin and a bunch of stuff, but this journal, oh, the bookmarks in the journal, along with like some stickers and a cute little note.
And look at the amazing art, which is also in the books.
There is these full pages of amazing art which make the reading experience so much better, and I really enjoy that part of the book.
Who is this guy? You'll find out, and you're gonna love him.
And stickers.
I only have 4 of these that I can find now because they're lost. You get a glitter warning on the packet. It's these little, I don't know if you can tell, these little glitter stars that are now lost in my room somewhere.
Just found another star. It's been like months.
And I will be finding them for the rest of eternity.
Months.
Why does Dimitri like marking lions and walruses out of 10? Because he's a zoo-rater. That's, I think it's Zburator, but like if you look at this, meh. When is a lesbian not a lesbian? When it's a Zara, like when a door's ajar. Context. What does a weird witchy fortune-tellery thing say when she's about to eat some stuff out of a Heinz can? My beans are nigh. What do you call it when someone is helping someone else to perform an illegal blumpkin? Aiding and abetting. You know you love it. Okay, bye. Fuck. This was stupid.